Bula everyone.
Bula.
Welcome.
Bula.
Welcome everyone to our Go Live, Itaukei Go Live for tonight. And as you can see, I have three beautiful ladies who are here with me tonight, and I'm very excited to introduce for them to introduce themselves, and so that we can get into our topic tonight. But before we go into that, I will give a brief introduction of myself. Bulavinaka, and good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're listening in from. Please leave a comment and let us know where you're listening in from. We'd like to know how global we are, as we are online business owners. We work in the online space, and we just like to know how far our Go Lives are reaching. So please don't be shy. Say hello and where you're listening in from. Today, I wanted to, before we go into our topics, I just will really give a brief introduction of myself. My name is Letila Tambo. I am originally from Fiji, and I currently live in Auckland, New Zealand. And I have two beautiful kids. And my husband is also from Fiji, and he's from the village of Onoloboni. And for me, entering into the online space was something that I never ever imagined that I would ever do. But 2 years on, I feel so blessed that I get to be in the online space and earning passive income and still being able to be a present mom and doing the things that I really love. And when I look back at the 2 years that I've been in the online space, I'm just so full of gratitude, and I'm full of just this feeling of accomplishment and achievement, because I've taken a step out of the normal things that people would do, and it's paying off for me, like for the thousands of people who are also in the space, including these three ladies who we have a new business owner who is excited, and we'll be talking about her journey. But working in the online space has been a very big blessing for me and my family. And if this interests you, please keep on listening, and reach out to one of us at the end of our goal. I will be more than happy to help you and answer any queries that you have about how it is to work on the online space. So I will not take any more of your time. I will welcome on our beautiful ladies, and the first beautiful lady that I will be welcoming in is Serima Sokinrao from Fiji. Vinaka.
Vinaka Letila ni sambula vinaka talamai ni ke muni keda na ni Itaukei ke muni na turanga na marama au vayandra pe ke muni beka na ke bakai mataka tingong beka pe ke muni au kito ibiti ngongo sa otina viwa sa bongi tiko ni Singapore City au va vinaka ni raunio ni tomani ke talamai na bongi ni kua. Vinaka Letila una vamadalta ki au ngana bango serei masokinrau au zabitu mainane ano taviuni nongu korongeleni au wakawati ana korona mukiru ana sawa vati kuna lubengu na lubengu ngone alewa na lubengu dorvoro ngone au waitingo ela utoka au zakavaka tiko va executive assistant to the CEO na company suka au already kind of I'm also a part-time digital business owner. Baleto eu se daka full-time tiko. Eu va binibina kana kabnikua ni urani mai tomani total na nongo Itaukei kila sabama dal tiko letila na inakisar na inakini nona na davam vama dal tako letila na davam beka na vuni nona mai lewa na business ngo eu la weekend yung madanga nunggu biggest tuae nunggu mata bubal yung binakata me doana kaya umbiuta tu nangono sa aliani kina se nina kilabi naka kibukasa wikem nina nito followers ni sarap may viti ni klay viti na superannuations na pensenye eseng tunin do raw baleta na so ni bulan ng unong ko sa lebu sa so lebu na yaya so lebu na wik kakere sa so lebu yo na buni nongu may o bangkangara o kunyakina na online business ko niya saranga na buna binakata meu kakin sabi na kata meu bitu tu endo na ka for retirement o binakata mendo na ka me bo bebu kitu be yawe klana kami kuarto klatik na onela yo tumbu turanga single lenga tingana mada saudi au ba bina klana business singo ai abuke yau saranga abuke yau na ngona te ku kena nito so mate klau kenda na itu kendo le butu nanda lenga tumbu kos do saranga ya na buni nongu mai lewe na kango maletini so da senga tuni klan nanda be matak klain do na kai tu era na be tu be kenda be bu ke berna luvenda va bimbi no de mata bu vale bina kaletila
Vinaka ima, vinaka vale muna ni vamadhala tiko ya. Veke menina varong tiko mena bungi kua vosota una o senso sarni vina nungu vosa vakaviti. Una vidhi rumah kita una libutinga nungu vosa vakapalangi. Meletini nungu vosa vakaviti. Usingi vina kata miut kundana kaena. Klaena vakavunruen dan tamatam bat nyo singi ndon nungu toto ni vosa. Sa kira chuen num ni vivo soti ena tambana ko ya ima ndonga nungu tarvi yiko simber niwa na soleni ve tili o kira ke kai kurani summe na tarongo na how do you wasota ni na wasani ba like no ba madal tangani how do you juggle being like okay and natina we already have so many hats we wear in the family sikenda singitina walenga sonongona ndana tama sonongona kenda sonongona junangona kenda na nasi all these different hats sonongona kenda na gasni boli so on top of all the hats that we wear as a mom now you have a hat of online business owner. How do you juggle or how do you keep yourself organized so that now with your new hat and you still can, be the best mom that you can be? Naka.
Nakaletila, that's a very good question. Apart from doing businessing online businessing vaka executive assistant and ibit na Good Sugar Corporation dongo na ni crushing crushing season tingo ibit so nga no sindo basing lebu I don't take breaks baleta na oso iti wonon daka yo ba binakani kila nangaw may durkin na business ko member lep sarna ka ubuli na time management how I can manage my time do na ka sangay da ka like ako wonon yan ramataka I attend to my business early in the morning yung baleto yaw I'm also a mom my nalubeng ngone tondo ko sa form 6 go so he's he's able to sometimes arani klame vakavana kena vasinga levu na mataka and dona kaya o reida sa vevu ke ao no dorbo mle to kwa sakale yo nubela ko da kaya au sa schedule ta kasa na kambale ta no business bale tango na kaya o believe na training ki member believe na schedule ta kina ni post so na se somba kana na kaya tu au sa rani schedule ta karana early in the morning or late in the evening nangonong dolak may kinibali. Yo, wakani kuwa, naula ko may vale, I had to cook dinner. Baleta ni sengay lang nga o nagtunturang, I still have family. Set to so na linububal, set to what kikito. Eu sa kilati kuni kento na live o sa lau sa vaka taki au saranga. Kila eu meu tuku na sarawan dono kenda do le nang ona ta walu se wala tunga no ndang ona so na kai tawanga eu nang ona mai guru makina business ngo. Klasa na time management au sabi na kat saranga meu schedule tak nungu time baleta to have time for my business. So eu se vaka ti la weekend tungo I'm not sure about oni. Eu vaka I don't I'm not a full-time mom oso sarvale no schedule eu babi na bina kataka ni avaya kla ni vakavaya eu sa I put all my kla eu si ni bina kata meu dole bina ngau sa no mai tu vale wakan sawa da mai on dole mangu no do baya o da mai na kan o sabi mo la da bongo ka sena kla if I'm gonna listen me waroro na o ni ngongu se vesa o business na sinito se vato saranga viau la ke bakasa chukuri kenda na yalo ni ngangandre me to so na business menda me successful me te levu nito business owners na community ngo na reva saranga oira na bungi levu sa sele saranga non rango na mera ka ba yo irtanga na luvenda they need out time so ngona na rani schedule ta kana mutame ayo na weekend do tikuna weekend because our weekend off Saturday morning I spend kila undo bina kata tu already rona lubeng especially the boys who are still in school rona leo they do sa vaka na one is in uni kena karuanga le tila vosa tiao na automation e chuko na business ngo go ndo na kakito au taleta ka baleta na ngono oso kinvaya when I schedule my say my Facebook post na business does the back end office ito na automation vaka wate ko talaga na business yo every now and then I have to spend time to check on it so yo rani kai ni kuwa vato saranga weekend andundo kila if you put your effort into it ke binakat saranga mo sa chuko be ko na yalo ya binakata I have to reach my goal you have to make time you have to schedule you can manage takano mo time but that's all I can say binakaletila
Pinakavalevo sere marong pinakanum ni pakamadala and I'm sure levuna tina ravarong tumena kavinak ni kua you can relate to that ni nakava madal tatiko o serema o kwe ni working mom and doing the business on the side okay, and to be able to organize herself and keep her business running you have to put in effort. Yes, the business runs on its own, but you have to guide that. It's not going to work if you don't put in the effort to make the business work. So, binakvalibu Sereima na pagmadal totoka. And condolences again to you and the family for the loss of your dad. And if anyone's ever lost a parent, you know how hard that is. So, Serema, lots of strength in her to be able to still show up to her business, even though, what has happened. It's a big blow to her and the family. But rest in peace to your dad. And now I will hand over to Tili. Tili na wakamadal ko to ba lek te sana somtal tunga mo kana non to lutang ni kuwa sa tumengor na screen binaka Tili.
Okay. Pinakle tila ni mbula pinaka na marama na turanga ngone leo dhorobo ni vito ko ni tiko mai na kavni kua ni ndo sema tiko mai na ve madha wana nito Itaukei Women Digital Space. Na e ku ngā o tili na e waluanga o iona marama ni rotuma au wasi wanua lewu au wakawati lau e wana luvengu toluna tangani dona i lewa ki tau waitiki aningo i Queenstown i New Zealandi. Au nakataka na ni tolu tangani kua, how we juggle our different hats in the family while we run our online business. Ni wasota sana wastu matangani wawalangi vaviti So for me, I mean, my whole main reason I wanted to start this business is because, of my family. And I saw the potential of how this business, can change people's lives. So for me, when I started this business, I was lucky enough to be a stay-at-home mom by then. So I had the time to really work on this business. But as a stay-at-home mom, also you sometimes have lots of time in your hands, and sometimes you don't have time at all. So for me, when I started, I was wholly focusing on the business and putting my whole attention to the business. But the whole main reason was, for flexibility, for me to work on the business, whenever. So in one of the trainings, I remember one of the speakers saying, if you've joined this business because you want more time for your family, then it simply means that when your family is around, you need to focus your attention on your family. So, from then onwards, I'm so thankful, like Ima said, Kilana, the training that we have teaches us a lot of things. It teaches us also how to manage our time. And I believe the very first, in the beginning, you might spend more time in your business because you're trying to figure out how the business works, and you're trying to understand the system and how it works. So you might spend more time with that. But as it goes by, you can actually just spend, like 2 or 3 hours in the business. But when you say you're going to spend time in your business, you need to make sure that you do so. Because, especially like for me and my family, I'm awake by 5:30 or 6, when my husband has to go to work. So I have to prepare for him. I prepare my kids, and then I'm at home once 8:30 onwards. So before I started, I was just winging it along the way. But now that I have a structure, asandong beauty na nagu-alam, na nagu-telefoni is, okay, this is when I need to spend time on my business. This is when I need to speak to this person. Because sometimes when I make plans with everybody, it gets lost in transition. And after that, then, the follow-up is not there. So sometimes, I remember me and Oni, we've planned, to meet sometimes, but because we didn't both, remind each other, put our alarms, time for us to meet, then, and then we realized, okay, my goodness, the time has gone by. So for me, now what works for me is I write it down in my diary and I lock it on my phone. So everything is on my phone. Whenever my kids have my phone, they say, oh my goodness, mommy, you have so many alarms in your phones, so many reminders. So it reminds me to that there's a live, that there's a Itaukei live on. It reminds me if there's a business chat that is on. It reminds me of when I need to spend time, just trying to figure out different types of ads. It reminds me of our masterminds. So I believe what works for me right now, how to juggle my different hats in my family, is I have reminders. I also have it in my wall, in my room, to remind me, or write notes and put it on the side. So when I wake up in the morning, I know, okay, this is what I need to do. Because, as a mom also, when sometimes I feel like, oh my goodness, when I was working, I was at least not this busy. Things I used, I don't like folding clothes, but now I do have to because I'm home full time. So I have no excuse now. So all those things I've programmed, when I do my washing, how many times I need to do certain things. So for me, to answer this question, it's just putting reminders and making time. I guess for all of us, when we say when we want things to work, I know we all say, okay, I don't have the time. But if you tell yourself, I'm going to make time, then you will have time. Because if you continue to tell yourself, oh no, I can't make it, then you'll never have time. You'll be busy. But sometimes you just have to pause. And I even have reminders just to sit, reflect, or remind us to pray, remind us to just not to stress about things, So I'm so thankful that this business is actually teaching me a lot in regards to mindset, time management, and so much more.
That was amazing. And again, I'm sure there's people who are watching tonight, will be able to relate to Tili's story and her experience. Sometimes life it really it runs away from us, and if we don't organize ourselves properly, we'll get left behind. So in Tili's case, she's caught herself, and she's trying to make a more structure for herself and her family, so that she's more present and not just so engulfed in the business, because that can easily happen. I myself am a stay-at-home mom, and I'm blessed enough to be doing this business full time now, and I can relate to that, because you have to understand, when you are someone who's been working for someone else for your whole adult life, you answer to someone, but once you become your own boss, you become an online business owner, what happens is there's no one chasing you around to do this and to do that, targets, stuff like that. There's no one breathing down your neck to tell you you have to do this and that. It's you yourself. You need to manage yourself. Sometimes some people think it's easy, but esani raw singindona ka raw menda manage taki kenda chu, because I mean, any parent will say, will know that as a mom or even a dad, you have different roles that you play in the family, and if you don't manage your time well, and you will get overwhelmed, which I will tell you all now, I have been in that position as well. I'm not going to sugarcoat it or anything like that, because it happens. Because what? I've been working for someone else for such a long time that I didn't know how to work, to be a boss, to be my own boss. So I overworked myself, because to be honest, there was how much I love this business. It's like it's taken my whole energy that I sometimes don't sleep, because I'm so, in the excitement when you start something new. I'm sure I didn't sleep for like a few days the time I started this business. Why? Because I'm so excited about the potential of this business and how it could change my life and my family's life. That's the honest truth. And because I didn't know how to manage myself as a boss, my own boss, I've never ever been anything like that. I didn't know that I was working myself to the ground, just because I didn't know how to manage myself. And it's been a struggle to be able to get myself to a point where, okay, you have to understand that being an employee working for someone else and now being your own boss is very different. They're very different things. And that's what I love about our online community, because we have people who can become your accountability partner. And you have people who you can relate to that can help you on your online journey. You'll have a mentor, you have a coach. My coach will probably watch this, and she can attest to it. There's so many times where she's messaged me, and just because what she's just felt like, oh, Till is a little bit off, So I'm going to check in on her and see if she's okay. I know she will watch this go live, and she can attest to that. The business, it's business, but at the same time, we're forming a family. The bond is that. It's funny because when I think about it, she's my coach. She's white. I love her, and she has that mutual feeling. She loves me, but we found each other through this business, and she can tell when something's off with me. We've never physically met, but not once has from the past few weeks has a family member messaged me to check in on me to ask if I'm okay. But yet this coach of mine has done that a few times now. That's what I'm telling you, that this is not just business for us. This is so much more than that. Okay. Serema and Tili, they're like family to me now. We have a bond. We're forming a family, a bond that's very, very strong. We care very deeply for each other. So that's what I wanted to put out there to people who, you will have, everyone's entitled to their opinion when it comes to this, because when you come out like this and you put yourself on a go live or step into the online space, because you're in the public, everyone's entitled to have their opinion, and that's fine. Whether it's negative or positive, that's fine. But we have learned through this business that unless you are paying my bills, then you can have a say, okay, and it'll matter to me. But if you do not pay my bills, then your opinions do not matter to me, especially on the negative side, because I know there's a lot of negativity drifting around, about people that work on the online space. And you are entitled to your opinion, but at the end of the day, we are here simply just to give awareness that you might be going through something that is difficult at the moment, but we want to tell you that there's a solution here that could possibly open up big doors for you. Okay, and we want you to know that we're not just online business owners. Once you enter into our teams, it's so much more than that. So before I give the floor to Oni, I want to just very briefly add on to what the ladies have said on this topic about how we juggle. For me, it has not been an easy journey. 2 years into the business, but I still absolutely have the same passion for this business, just like it was the first day that I entered. I love this business, and there's no way that I'm ever going to let go of this business. And my family knows that. My family knows that even though things come in, there's a lot of things that happen in a family, and no matter what I struggle with in managing my time, or whatever it is, or family back home, my business is something that I will never let go of. And I always tell my team, me, I will always be there for you. If there's anyone that's going to leave the team or do anything that jeopardizes the team, it's not going to be Letila. Because Letila, the time she decided that she was going to come on, I was all in. Now, juggling how to juggle, how I personally juggle my business, it was not easy because aside from I I encountered a lot of interesting things when I became an online business owner. And I'm going to be fully transparent about this. I don't know which mom I'm speaking to, but when I became an online business owner and then I became a full-time business owner, I became an Uber driver. Uber driver, if you don't know what that, I became an Uber driver for my family, unpaid. So I am the one who drives everyone around, including my kids, to their practices and trainings and sports and all of that. And also I became, everything in this house. I became the cook, I became the chef. Moms already were playing that role before you even, became a full-time. But now, at least when you work, it's just probably maybe just a breakfast and then but now like holidays like this, it's a breakfast, lunch, dinner, full, full and snacks in between. So, so chef, cook, baker, you can't just be a mom and you only know how to cook. You have to know how to bake too. So baker of the family and cleaner of the family. All of these jobs are unpaid jobs. So many hats that a mom has to wear, and then on top of that, you now have to become a business owner. So for me, it was a struggle at first, because personally, on a personal level, my faith is such an important thing for me. And incorporating my faith into my business at first was not easy. And trying to have a structure of what happens first early in the morning. And then, so now the structure that I am trying to build for myself, and I'm not going to lie, it's a struggle because it's a structure that I've never ever done before. And now I'm trying to make a habit of it, which is trying to feed my faith first and foremost in the morning, plus trying to keep myself, some sort of physical activity, very light in the morning, so without even touching my phone. So, because as soon as I open my eyes and I touch my phone, what happens? Your whole energy, everything goes to the phone. Okay, so one thing for me personally, I have to, because I work on the online space, so my whole business is in my phone, my laptop. So once I open that and I start to see I get so engulfed in that, and then I feel like the day just runs away from me without me even doing anything for me, you know? You have to understand, you as a mom, as a person, you can't keep giving. You need to also have somewhere where you need to feed your mind, you feed your spirit, okay? Because you are no good to anybody if you are not overflowing with these things. That's the thing. That's one of the biggest things that this business has taught me. You can only give if you're overflowing, because life is very demanding. Children are demanding, business is demanding. So you need to understand, for me, I needed to create a structure where from the morning, I need to have time for myself, get into that habit. So this has been something that I have now just slowly trying to structure into my day, because what I was doing before was not going to last me. Why? Because I kept giving, but then nothing, it came a time there was nothing, no more energy to give. I was burnt out. So now I understand, that I have to have some time for myself, for my faith, for my, for just without touching my phone, because business inquiries, everything to do with, or, family stuff. Okay, so having a structure that way, and then having a time where he has said for her, she's got timers, alarms. having a structure throughout the day, because I still have to clean the house, cook the food, do all the things that I need to while still having the business, which I love. That's what I love about it. I get to do it when I have time. But of understanding that you need to feed yourself first. For me, what it would look like would be having a little bath in the morning and having a little bit of, very light, something just physical, just to get your heart pumping. And then maybe having a glass of lemon tea, which is something that I'm also trying to, these are little things that we might not think much of it, but I can tell you that it could potentially change your life for the good when you start off your day right. Just have that time where you just, gratitude for life, for, just being alive, waking up for another morning. Sometimes we just, because, the alarm didn't go, like that kind of day, yeah? That kind of day is the worst kind of days where you just, like a panic attack. Okay, so for me, this is something that I'm trying to structure into my day now. So but for me, I'm so passionate about this business. I'm passionate about these ladies that are here that have shared, and Oni that's going to come up next and share her journey. This is her very first go live, so we're excited to share and hear about Oni's journey. And yes, thank you all for listening to my very short story, long. But thank you, Oni. I will hand over to you now, and welcome aboard. Welcome to Oni.
Ndo sambulo vinaka na marama, ni mbulo vinaka na turanga na marama, kikim ni soli ni barong tiko mai, ke ni barong tiko minonda benua, toto bate tiko na nonda ngauna, woti toko na dio na basang bulu kalima na miniti. Ke ni tiko talemay na sani buru-buru kandua, baka yan tiko yani, se singale bumpe na bunua, ni na barong ada may na go live ngo, sa bakang bulararang betigani bikim ni. Na dangu nga o meroni, na itonga o yaw na marama ni solianga, na koro solianga, enianu ombianga, ka ubaso sara ki nayabu wenimbuka tailebu. O wawat sara ngarani, ngau, lomay viti, ka tolu tiko na isoli-soli. Rurua tiko na tangane, kando tiko na ngonele aur tiko ilam. Kito baga tiko ngoi Geraldine Nisilandi, ko taka tiko baka duty manager, kanongu part-time tiko ngona online business. Wanu binakataka na business ngo, ni kila ni na bukbe ke baka leb na bunin nungu taura, au bagandindi na taka ni nirobi na tiko na tuba ni bubale, ni rombula baka biotini, na bika kero na binakata mi kero baka tora daga teki kina na ni rombula baka bubale ka baka kini virtu na soli ka ureda kina ni na bibu ke baka lebu na business ngo bekirau baka bubale. Ya endua na buna lebu ni nungu baka iyo taka mu toman na business ngo. Bikem ni na seba ka titingati kongori, iyo nangau na muni salande me kine loma, ni kakwatal ni baka titingati ko, ni sarabasar na free web na, ka ni reda kine lebu na kabinaka itu na business ngo. Ayo sangay tibutal tinga, kasanangau nando basa mo tili, metarongyo tu mai ni utinangau na sanangau na ando beba ko lewele tu ando tarmo tili. Oh di sabata buchiko. Sanga indo iyo saba malo chungango vanu binaka tiko talanga irto na marama Itaukei karto na vivu kitu na vika ki tawo na ndono bono ni training arto tu vakarawor to mertundo vivu ke ko ba binaka takikina na ya ve kimai na sa tiko lama na Itaukei business ngo na kimai na marama tiko talanga ir na turang ba binaka takabale na bulan ni VOC kina na nonra sianga ni ra maroroi tiku nga na nonra kila mera kilanga ira wasiama ibe kima mina sangai diru mangame na pereli sangai bidi tiku na madango na ndona buna lebu ya ni na nungu bu vale na tatandre ni bu vale kirto na bula na soli kabkaki na ulumatua mai vale bikito ka sembula tiu na turanga tamagu kando vina kata mo do na nimi ko etiko kirto na tedingu pakaki na sana ruro telanga na bunwa ubawa tikina mo lingan na koko tiko ningaraba tiko na wonga siang olanga ni ke inisilandi mai bonno talenga ya ambek ngasa ndo ambek ngana buna lebu ni nungu redekina ni na business ngo na buke abale kina na no gumbula baka bu vale baka kina be rato talanga na tiko mai viti kana lembe ngaya tila
nakavalevu o ni rongrong vi nakanumu ni wa madala o kila levu na tamatar varong timani kua erna you know they will relate to what you have shared tonight with us. So thank you so much Oni nakavalevu na nomu torto nomu ona mo mai join te keto venito go live na kavina ni kua semberangan keto lakoyani keto vea tornongonongo me keto vapin vina te kerke na tamata ko era sarauti menito go live na kavina ni kua vapin vina no mi tornom ni ngona mo ni comment mai rongrong na no ni comment na valevu semberangan ni keto lako keto vea wasetingani ni na bikem ni na loma tartar mai daka beka ba na business ingo message mai be ndonga be keto na
Letila, your mic is on mute.
Oh my goodness, so sorry about that. Wasot sarva kalevu. O eu saia de tumberai vi. O ni vina kavale no ni makamarala. Wasot ia ke menina makarorong tiku mai. Sa mute ya nia. Sembarangan ni keto lako. Keto via torch kunang ono binango mi keto va vina ta ke menina saravi keto ti menambung ni kua no ni torto no ni ngona mo ni mai muni mai comment vina go live go we kim ni talenga na sarava mai na kena replay vina kvale na numni sele numni ngona muni mai sarava ke baka ni loma tartar ti kumbaleta ng business go. For those of you who are wanting to know more about this business, please don't hesitate to reach out to one of these. Any of us will be more than happy to teach you or to tell you the first steps that you would need to take to be able to enter into the online business. So for our business model, watching the webinar is the most important thing that, the first step that you would need to do. In order to do that, please message any of us and we'll be more than happy to guide you through that process. Nakabalevu keto sa nalakang ko le bakadengu binakabalevu no monitor tong ngona uni may sarap keto tong nambung kuwa. From us and the Itaukei women, we'll see you all next week again, same time, same day. Naka.
Naka, mode.
Thank you.